Yes, the asset.
Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram. Continuing our contemplation on Tattva Bodha. Today we have taken up a section called Tattva Viveka. Tattva Viveka kaha Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mityeti. What is the Tattva Viveka? Tattva Viveka means enquiry. Tattva means the truth, essential truth. Enquiry into essential nature of anything. It may be a world, it may be a person. What is the essential nature? What is the foundation of everything? So, Atma Satyam, the self alone is real. Atma Satyam. And Sarvam Tadanyat Sarvam Mityam. Everything else is Mityam, means unreal. Okay. So now this we have to understand clearly, because this is the foundation of Vedic knowledge. What is Satyam? Satyam means something which doesn't change over a period of time, which is not dependent on time, which is not dependent on space. Okay, it is not dependent on time and space is called Satyam. Right? There are something which change with time. Everything changes with time. Okay. Even in your own lifetime, people change their food habits, their dressing, right? And even if you look around, the city itself changes very drastically. Your body changes. Everything in the world keeps changing. Only thing constant in the world is changing. Okay? Right? So there is something called changing and there is something called unchanging, which doesn't change with the time, which doesn't change in space. That is called unchanging. That is called Satya. Okay. Somebody is, let us say, you meet somebody. Hey, he is a very good man, yeah. Okay. He is a very good man. Why is good? He never lies. He always tells the truth. Okay. So if he never lies and he always tells the truth, then we call him as a good man or a truthful man. Even if he lies once, no, once in a while he lies. And he is a truthful. Then what we should call him? Right? So we can't call him truthful man, right? As something which doesn't change over a period of time is called Satya. What is Satya is only Atma, nothing else. Okay? Everything else in the world is changing. Now this Mithyam world, you have to understand properly. Sri Shankaracharya says, Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. Brahman or God alone is real and world is unreal. Mithya is called unreal. Real or Satyam does not change over a period of time. It's always same. It doesn't change in time, it doesn't change in space. False is there. This, as against real, there's false. Satyam, opposite of that is Asatyam. What is Asatyam? Which never existed. Okay. For example, two horns of a rabbit. Nobody has seen a rabbit with the horns. It is Asatyam. It cannot exist. So one is always existing and other is always not existing. Right? Always existing is called Satyam. Always non-existing is called Asatyam. Okay. These are two opposites. But in between there is a category called mithyam. It appears to exist for some time, but not all the time. Correct? It appears to exist for some time, but not all the time. That is called mithyam. So, Tattva Viveka or Tattva Bodha means to understand Atma alone is real, the self alone is real, everything else is mithya, unreal. It's not asatya. Okay? It is not asatya. So, one example of mithya is yesterday night in your dream, okay, you got 1 crore rupees lottery. Show me the money now. You got so excited that you got a lottery in the dream. You're so happy. But on waking up, there's no money. So it appeared, okay, for some time, and it disappeared after that. Right? That is called mithya. In your dream, you saw whatever you saw appeared to be real. You saw a tree, you saw a mountain, you saw an elephant. Everything appeared real. Okay? But after some time, when you wake up, nothing is there. Right? So what is this category? It's not satya. It's not asatya also, because you saw it, you experienced it. Okay, right? So mithya means I see it, I experience it, but it's not really there. Okay, mithya doesn't mean the experience is not there. Mithya means experience is there. Then only you can say it's mithya. Another example of mithya: you are going in a desert and you see water. Okay, you want to drink and go and drink water. Go near, there's no water. But are you seeing the water? Yeah. Are you experiencing the water? And that is called mithya. It's not really there. It appears to be there. So what appears to be there but not real is called mithya. Why it appears to be there? It is because of our sense organs. Our sense organs have the limited ability. Our mind. The dream is completely projected by our mind. Nothing is there. It's a complete projection. Nothing in the dream is real, but it's projected and it appears to be real. So what is the mithya definition? What doesn't exist, what appears to exist for some time but disappears after some time is called mithya. But mithya also means experientially real. While experiencing it is very real, but factually unreal. You have to understand this. Experiential reality and factual unreality. Is dream experientially real? When you're dreaming? Yeah. A dream tiger is coming. Yes. You will still run now. Run for your life. Is it experiential, real? Yes. But is there a tiger? Factually, there's no tiger. So the dream is a creation of the mind. Is this clear? Okay. The waking world is a creation of the mind and sense organs. So there is no world outside. So this is mithya. Okay. The dream world is creation of entirely creation of mind. The waking world is a creation of combination of the mind and sense organs. Only what is real is Atma, the self. Okay. Satya means which is available all the time. Okay. For experience. Mithya means what is not available. Asatya means what is not available anytime for the experience. Mithya means something is available for experience sometime and not there other time. Is it clear much? Okay. Now let us apply this condition. Apply this for apply this and find out what is. So is world Satya or Mithya? Satya. World belongs to Satya or Mithya category? Satya. So you say world is Satya, but Vedanta says world is Mithya. Okay. Why world is called Mithya? Because when you wake up in the morning, okay, your body and the world appears. When you go to dream state, the world and body disappears. Another dream world opens up. Correct?
And dream body.
A dream world and dream body appears. And you go to deep sleep. The dream world, dream body, waking world, waking body is disappeared. Clear? So out of these states, three states, which state you consider as yourself? The waking person, dreaming person, or deep sleep person are you?
Waking.
Huh? So all these three are appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. Can you see? It appears when you wake up, the waking body appeared and waking world appeared. When you go to dream state, waking world and waking body disappear, dream world and dream body appear. In deep sleep, both disappear. Right? Are we clear? So the world is Satya or Mithya? Huh?
Yeah, it's not constant through the three states.
What is constant through all the three states, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep state? What is constant? Is there something constant through all the states?
I.
Do you exist in all the three states? Your existence is constant. So your existence is called Atma, which never changes. If you exist constantly only, then you can see this is coming and going now. Huh? So what doesn't change during these three states is I exist. Does it change? I mean, in deep sleep, do you exist? Your existence doesn't change. Okay? That unchanging existence is called Atma. And everything else is appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. That's called Mithya. Is your body Satya? Is your body real? It's also appearing. When you wake up, it appears. When you go to dream state, this body disappears and some other body opens up. You may have a young body, sometimes in dream you fly. So dream state, another body opens up. Deep sleep, there's no body at all. Is body Satya? Body is Mithya, appears. What about mind? Mind is Satya or Mithya?
Mind is also Mithya.
Mind is also Mithya. What is Satya is my existence. I exist. That alone is Satya.
Mind is there in the three states. In dream, it is the one which is creating dream world.
Mind is nothing but thoughts.
Yeah.
In deep sleep, where are the thoughts?
In deep sleep, no.
What is mind means thoughts. Okay. So everything other than I exist is Mithya. Now don't think that I exist is separate for you. He exists, she exists. The existence is common. It's not, existence is not something special to you. Understand? So all of us are coming out of existence and going back to existence every day. That existence is common, and that existence is called God, which doesn't change at all. And that's called Brahman, and that's what you are. Without that existence, nothing can come out. The existence is like foundation of building. The foundation can never be seen. You can see the building. Okay? The foundation is always there. Without the foundation, the building cannot stand. Without the existence, nothing can appear and disappear. What appears and disappears is called Mithya. That includes world, that includes sun, moon, planets, galaxies, and it's easier to understand in terms of job. Job appears and disappears. Sometimes in some other countries, husband and wife appear and disappear also. Unfortunately, in our country, or in our countries, husband and wife marriage is Satya, long term. In many countries, marriage is also Mithya. It appears and disappears. So, Satya means what doesn't change over a period of time. Mithya means what appears and disappears. There is no other proof required for you. Morning, your world is appearing. Night, world is disappearing. Okay. What appears and disappears to you, how can you call it as Satya? How can you call it as real? It is mithya. Okay, there are three categories: satya, asatya, and mithya. Is this clear? So the example for given for mithya is while going in the night, you saw a snake and you got scared. Okay, then using a torch you saw there's no snake, there's only rope. Rope is confused for a snake. Now, did you see the snake? Was snake available for experience?
Yes.
Huh? But is really there snake there? Snake is experientially real, but factually unreal. So that is called mithya. And why the snake appeared there? Because your mind and sense organs projected. Exactly same way, your mind and sense organs are projecting the world, waking world. So there is no waking world. It is an appearance. It's mithya.
Yeah.
Agreed? Okay. So, what is the point of understanding world is mithya? Okay. What is the point? Why should I understand world is mithya? Please tell me. Why? Why you have to learn why world is mithya?
Not take it too serious.
See what happens. Anything happen in the world. There are a lot of things happen to us. Okay, something good, something bad, something terrible. Now everything you start taking as real. Okay, and it hurts us. It causes tremendous suffering. Once we understand everything in the world is mithya, it's a projection of my mind. There's nothing really out there happening. I, the real I, Atma, nothing is happening. All the time, it is observing these things. Then you feel peaceful because nothing can happen to you. And whatever is happening in the world will not affect the I. That's why it's Satya. I is Satya. Are we clear? So this will give a lot of strength, inner strength in way of operating in the world. You can imagine mithya means it's like a movie, a 3D movie show, a projection. In 3D movie show, okay, is there a film actor? Is there a hero? Is there a villain? A big snake comes out of the screen and comes near your eyes. But there's no snake because you know it is a mithya. Exactly the same thing is happening in the world. It's a big 3D show. Or it's not in 3D show, it's a bigger 3D show. Okay. 3D show has only few sense organs. Here at least minimum 5 sense organs are there. Okay. And mind is there. Intellect is there. 7D show. Little bit powerful show. That's why our ancestors said the world is a Leela. Leela means play. Okay. So let us understand why I am seeing the world. Okay. My sense organs are giving me showing the world. Correct? Without my sense organs, I cannot experience the world. There are 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, tongue, and taste. And each of the sense organs are very limited in nature. They have unlimited ability for sense organs. Your eyes can see something, okay, and a dog's eye can see something else. A eagle's eye can see something else. That means our sense organs are limited. Correct? With this limited sense organ, when you see something, that also gets limited. Yes or no? Suppose your eyes, you are wearing a red glasses, and whenever you look at the world appears red. There's nothing redness in the world. Suppose you have color blindness. You don't know, you cannot see the colors. Can that person imagine how the world will be? Colorful world will be? He will always for him the world will be black and white. Right? So the appearance of the world depends on our sense organs. Is this clear or not? So if world is dependent on your sense organs, what is real out there? If the world is depending on sense organs, what is reality out there? What is it depends on your sense organs, right? So for example, today there is a surgery. I mean, let's say, I'm just imagine there is a surgery which will increase your power of your eyes. Okay, instead of seeing the visible light, you are able to see X-ray. Your eyes are like X-ray. Then what will you see in the around? What if you see me? What do you see? So you will see only bones. You cannot see the person, right? Is the person sitting here and bone sitting here? That doesn't depend on the person. That depends on your eyes. Understand? So what I see outside is depending on my sense organs, and I cannot rely on my sense organs. Can you rely on your sense organs? I mean, it's useful. Please understand. We are not questioning the usefulness of a mithya, usefulness of the sense organs. We are asking only question of reliability in understanding the truth. With the limited sense organs, can you understand what is reality out there? Use a microscope. Okay, then what will you see? I mean, let us say your eyes have become microscopic. Then do you see me sitting here? You cannot see me sitting here. You see only electrons floating around. So what I see depends on my sense organs. Is this much clear? Huh? And what is out there, I'll never be able to see because my sense organs are always limited. Correct? And you have only 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, taste, nose, touch, skin. 5 sense, and all the 5 sense organs are limited. Correct? And these 5 sense organs are like 5 blind men trying to figure out an elephant. What will they come out when they try to figure out elephant? Somebody touches the trunk. Oh, elephant means like this bent. Somebody touches the leg and he says it's hard. Somebody touches the tail and says it's like hairy. Like that. We have only 5 blind men called sense organs to figure out what is there out there. Are you understanding the magnitude of what I'm saying? We'll never be able to figure out what is out there. And these 5 sense organs are reporting to a boss called mind. Mind is another blind man. It can't see. It can only see through this blind man. 5 sense organs. So mind will give a name to that. Okay. This form which is created by sense organs and the mind is what we call as world. Other than that world for us, sense organs and mind, what they say is the world. Okay. Is there any other world other than that? So is world real or unreal? Usefulness we are not questioning. Okay. It's always useful to have a cup of coffee, go around and enjoy the world. But we are only questioning what is real. Reality. Your sense organs will never be able to figure out reality. Is this clear? In fact, they always project you on reality. Have you seen the sky? What color is the sky?
Blue.
There's no blueness in the sky. The scientists have found that there's no blueness in the sky. Your eyes are telling you there's blue. Now, I gave 1 example, 2 examples to tell you how our sense organs are cheating you. Now you tell me. Why, when you see something, is it really there? What is really out there? Okay. We cannot say what is out there for sure because of our limitation of sense organs. Okay. And mind. The 4 people sitting here, do you think we are experiencing the same world? Each of our experience will experience based on our mind. Okay. Our mental world, you project on that. So mind is coloring, sense organs are limiting, and this mind and sense organs are showing us the world. When you open the door in the morning, a beautiful white cow is standing in front of your house. So what will you respond? So beautiful. Okay. So, oh, divine cow has come, and we go feed some food and do namaskara. The same cow stands in front of somebody else's house, opens the door. What he sees? A nice meal has come, afternoon meal. The same cow stands in front of a child. Oh, nice milk has come. The same cow stands in front of a businessman. Lot of money if I sell this cow, so very nice cow. The same cow appears different to different people based on their mind. Are we living in the same world? Huh? Two people living in the same house, they don't live in the same world. So our mind and sense organs are creating impression of the world. They're very different. Okay. There are 6 billion people on 7 billion people on the earth. 7 billion people have 7 billion different images of the world. Okay. So what you see and what you understand through mind is very limited. Then we can only say one thing. What is out there, I'll never be able to understand. Is that fair statement? I can experience something. By my experience, what is real out there, I can't say. But what I can say is there's something existing there. Right? Okay. That is called existence. What is there is existence, which I cannot see. But I'm giving shape to that existence through sense organs. That existence is called God, Sat, Brahman. Right? From that existence, does it change? Existence, can it change in time? Can existence become non-existence? Existence cannot change into non-existence. Is clear? Existence never changes. That's called it Sat. Is existence infinite or finite? This chair exists and this chair exists. There's a gap in between. Is there a gap in the existence? Why? There's a space exists. Existence, there's never a gap. Existence is continuous. Between sun and moon, there's a lot of gap. But the gap exists. Existence never breaks. Existence doesn't change over time. Existence doesn't change over space. Does it belong to the category of Sat? Right? So I exist is Sat. And there is existence is Sat. Okay? Right? And that existence which exists in all over the world is called Brahman, God. So Brahman is Sat. And what appears is Mithya. Okay? From the Sanskrit word Mithya, the word English word called myth has come. Myth. So, in other words, we can use this Satya and Mithya, another terminology called reality and perception. Okay? Reality never changes, perception keeps changing. Okay? The world appearance keeps changing, but existence never changes. My body changes, mind changes, intellect changes, which is a perception, but I never changes. Am I conscious?
Yes.
Do I exist? I exist and I am conscious. And the world is nothing but existence. Okay. Who knows the world is existence? I know. Sense organs cannot tell you.
I know.
I know. So, if I don't know the world exists, can the world exist? So, I am giving existence to the world. I, that is Atma. Okay. Can you separate out the existence from consciousness? So, suppose you are conscious. Are you conscious? Do you exist? Now you separate out existence from consciousness and say, I am conscious, but I don't exist, you say. So I exist, but I'm not conscious, you say? Not possible. Existence and consciousness both mean same thing. That is called Sat and Chit. When you say, use the word I am, I stands for consciousness. Am stands for existence. Every time when you speak I am, you are making a statement that I exist, I am conscious. Is it correct? Okay. Then you associate with the I am body, I am husband, I am wife. You associate with the form. So Sat is I am, and body and mind and your profession is Satya or Mithya?
Mithya.
Huh?
Mithya.
Mithya only. Morning you are a doctor or a doctor or engineer. In a dream, what are you? Dream you may be emperor or you may be beggar. Where does your profession come in the dream? In deep sleep, nobody, all emperor, everybody is same. So when you say I am body, you are mixing up Satya and Mithya. And mixing up Satya and Mithya is suffering in life. Separate out Satya and understand what is Mithya. That is freedom in life. This is called moksha. Always we are confusing Satya and Mithya. And what will happen when you consider Mithya as real? In a desert, there's water. You rush for water. You get tired. Okay? The Mithya tires you. Satya will never tire you. Mithya causes suffering. Satya never causes suffering. And realize I alone, Atma alone is Satya. The world is Mithya. Okay? So the world existence is Satya. Existence, there's something existence. That is Satya. I exist is Satya. And I am conscious Satya. So then what is the nature of the reality? Existence, consciousness, and infinity. Is the world infinite? So big. But what is appearing is appearance on the world. The existence, it's appearance on the existence. Existence is infinite. Existence, there's no break. As existence, I am infinite. Can you say that? As existence, not as a body, right? As existence, I am infinite. If I am infinite, I am Ananda, blissful. The bliss is being infinity. So can we say Sat, Chit, Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss is my nature? Can we say that? Is there a doubt in that? And that's called Brahman. I am Brahman means that. Sat, Chit, Ananda is myself. So the moment you consider yourself as body, you are taking up Mithya as real. Because body appears and disappears. How can it be so? You never appear and disappear. So all suffering in life is confusing Satya and Mithya. Is this much clear? Any questions? So this is called Tattva Viveka. This is called Tattva Dhyana. Knowing the essential nature of reality. And always living in the reality rather than the illusion. Is there any problem in that? Living in reality? Living in reality is freedom. The suffering is when you start living in unreality. Why do you like that unreality so much?
In unreality, there is something to live. In reality, there is no. It's empty.
It is not empty, it is full.
Yeah.
It's like reality is going to a movie show.
Existence, in existence, world appears means existence is the closest thing I can think of is space.
No, space exists.
So space also exists in existence.
No, not exist in existence. Space exists. Nothing you can separate from existence. Okay, let me take that. Okay. Can you separate out something from existence?
No.
You cannot separate anything from existence. Okay. Everything is in space, right?
Yeah.
Let's say space, one example. Can you separate yourself from space?
No.
Huh? Can you separate yourself from space? Not possible. Because wherever you are, the space is there. Okay. Can anything in the world be separate from consciousness? The flower is there. Can I separate the flower from my consciousness? Can I separate the flower from existence? So, can Atma be separate from anything?
What is the difference between consciousness and existence?
Consciousness is existence. You cannot separate out. Existence, and that's why I asked the question. Do you exist? Yes. Okay. Are you conscious? Yes. So you make a statement now. I exist, but I don't have consciousness. You cannot make. So you can say, can you make a statement that I am conscious, but I don't exist? You cannot make.
Without objects, existence is there.
Existence is independent of objects. But can you separate existence from any objects? No. Okay. But there is a way of separation. And that separation is jnana. Okay.
Yes.
There's a way to separate it. Okay. And the way to separate and find out what is Atma. That is called Tattva Jnana. So you cannot physically separate out any object from the existence. Okay. You cannot separate out physically anything from the existence. But you can separate out logically.
Person is in coma, you can say that.
Huh?
Person is in coma,
Huh?
he is existent, but conscious is not.
No. See, that's for him.
Yeah.
Now for you have to find out.
It is logical.
No, it's logical. What I'm saying is that logic you have to apply to yourself. See, who wants Atma-dnana? Not in the person in the coma. You want Atma-dnana. That means you have to understand what is Atma. Okay. So you have to again and again go back to yourself, Atma. Okay. How do you separate out existence from, how do you separate out any objects from existence? That's the next question in Tattva Viveka. Is it clear? So is Satya Mithya clear? So Mithya doesn't mean false. Okay, Mithya means experientially real, but not factually real. Okay, that confusion should not be. So this Vedanta say world is Mithya, but I am experiencing the world. That's exactly Mithya. You are able to experience it, but it's not there. You are able to experience the snake, but the snake is not there. Rope is there. That's called Mithya. And experience is because of our sense organs and the mind projection. Okay, which are very limited.
Anything that is experienced is mithya only.
Yes, my dear. So there is nothing for you to hold on to world.
So you have to use mithya, that's all.
You have to use Mithya, but don't be used by Mithya. That's all the point. Right now, you're being used by Mithya.
So because you are saying this experiential reality is for the usefulness.
Yes.
So it's only for us to use it for our living.
Use it and leave it.
Use and throw.
Use and throw. It can't hold you. You can't hold anything in life.
Even body is being used and thrown.
Yes.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
Disposable.
Okay. So then the next question comes. Discrimination between the self and non-self is called first is called Satya and Mithya. It's called Nitya Anitya Viveka. What is real? What is unreal? Now next discrimination comes self and non-self. What's called Atma Anatma Viveka. Atma Anatma. Okay. What is the meaning of Atma? What is Atma?
Self.
I.
Correct.
Okay. I, not the thought, but what thought is pointing to? Consciousness. Right? I is Atma. What is the object? Anything experienced is object. Is it clear? The self experiences objects. Right? Are we clear? Self is the experiencer and object is the experienced. Okay. So when you eat food, the food is experienced and you are the experiencer. Okay. Correct. The experiencer is called the self or the subject. Okay. And experienced is called the object. It's called Atma, Anatma. Atma means self. Anatma means object. So can you separate out? When I eat food, the food is object and I am the subject. I am experiencing food. Okay. Subject object distinction is clear now. I see flower. Flower is an object. I am the seer. I am the subject. Subject object distinction is clear. Correct? Object is called Anatma. Subject is called Atma. Is this clear? Subject is the Atma and object is Atma. When I eat food, I experience the food. So my body is taking in the food. The tongue is tasting it. So is the tongue subject or object?
Experience.
Huh?
Experience.
XP?
Experience. And it explains the taste.
So there is a experienced is the food, which is object. Experiencer is the body. Okay. Is body subject or object? So first you confuse the body as subject. Now looking closely, body is also object. Body is not a subject. Do you know that tongue is eating food?
Yeah.
Tongue is tasting the food. Do you know?
Yes.
So when you know that the tongue is object or subject?
Object.
I am the knower and tongue is the
I am the knower and tongue is the
object.
tongue is the object. Correct? There is a pain in the body. Okay. Is body subject or object?
Object.
Body is also object. Okay. Is mind subject or object?
Mind.
Mind. I have thought lot of thoughts in my mind.
Object.
Because I know sometimes there are a lot of thoughts in the mind. Sometimes I know that there are no thoughts in the mind. Sometimes I am able to think. Sometimes I am not able to think. Both are known by me. So the mind is subject or object? Mind is nothing but thoughts. Is subject or object?
Object.
Object only. Then I is the subject. Correct? The subject never changes. The objects keep changing. Thoughts keep changing. Experiences keep changing. The world of objects keep changing. Correct? So you need to distinguish between the real subject and object. So when I say I enjoy food, am I speaking of real subject or pseudo subject? False subject. I am enjoying food. Then what I am taking myself as body. Okay. So body is not real subject. At first hand it appears to be subject. But I know that I am enjoying food. Okay. The body becomes the object and I become the subject. So body is a pseudo subject, not real subject.
The mind also you should say like that.
Mind also. Oh, I am suffering in life. Who is suffering in life? Do you know you are suffering in life? Yes, I know. One who knows is you. Who is suffering? Mind. Pseudo subject is suffering. Clear? So there's no suffering in the world. There's no joy in the world can affect you. Affect the eye. Right? Then why is the trouble for you? The eye never had a trouble, which is you.
Suffering is a thought which is object.
So you should know, separate out object from the subject. When you separate object from subject, real subject you understand I. has no change, no problems, nothing is happening to that guy. He's an observer only, observing what's going on. The witness, the sakshi. So our problem is we confuse the pseudo subject as me, as I. Okay. When you confuse pseudo subject as I, you start feeling tense. It's like you are sitting in a train and suddenly train starts moving, and you sit properly. Then you realize your train is not moving, nearby train is moving. So you're superimposing the pseudo subject on the real I, mixing up, and that causes stress. Once you understand, oh, this is a pseudo subject, this not my train, nearby train is moving, then you are comfortable. Similarly, you understand, oh, the body is becoming old, body is getting disease, but I, nothing is happening. So mind is going through up and down, but I, nothing is happening. You are peaceful all the time. And world is mithya, appearing disease, experientially is available, whenever it's available. It disappears also. So then you are not attracted to objects of the world. At the same time, use it when it's there. Don't use when it's not there. You don't cry. Is that clear? So this is called Atma, Anatma Viveka. What is real self? What is pseudo self? What is the object? Is this distinction clear? Your body is a pseudo self. Your mind is a pseudo self. Your intellect is a pseudo self. But I is unchanging reality. So never confuse yourself with the pseudo self. Pseudo self, you can use it for interaction. Whenever you go to your husband or wife or your boss, don't say, what do you think? I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm the intellect, I'm real I. Don't say that. For transaction purpose is okay. Pseudo self is okay. But from your perspective, you should really understand. When the boss shouts at you, you should understand. He's shouting at the pseudo self, I am okay. But never tell your boss, okay? This is pseudo self talking to you. So this is like almost like a, what you call as personality mask we wear. The pseudo self is the personality mask we wear for interaction in the world. Never confuse yourself with the mask. Is it clear? This is called Atma, Anatma Viveka. So now to make little bit more clear, see, this is Vedanta. Vedanta is this much only understanding what is real, what is unreal. So then everything else teaching is to strengthen our understanding. So the question is Atma Kaha Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatiriktah Panchakoshat Shan Avastha Traya Shakti Sachidananda Swarupaha Sanyasti Tati Sa Atma. So I give you some examples to make what is Atma, what is Anatma, right? So Vedanta takes a little bit further and tries to make you clear what is Atma, what is Anatma in more clarity. Okay, that's all. It brings a lot more clarity by giving examples. These examples are called prakriyas. Prakriyas means processes for you to understand. Okay, prakriyas, different prakriyas. Atma means what is different from three bodies. Okay, Stula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharira, three bodies. Okay, it is different from three bodies. It is different from five koshas, and it is different from three avasthas: Jagrata, Sapna, Sushupti. So, where are my three bodies? There are three bodies called gross body, subtle body, causal body, and five koshas are called Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. Five koshas. And three states of consciousness are called waking, dreaming, deep sleep. So tomorrow we'll get into these three to further get into clarity. What is Atma? What is Anatma? Atma, Anatma, Viveka. Please understand, self-realization is using discrimination. So one day you will not be able to separate Atma from Anatma physically, because it's always all pervading. It's like space. Space, you cannot separate out anything from space. But logically you have to understand, oh, this is space. So logically you have to understand, when your boss shouts at you, okay, oh, he's shouting at pseudo self, real self is I am peaceful. But don't show it on the face, okay? Show you act as if it's getting affected. Understand reality. It's like, this is like almost like participating in a big movie show. Okay, so it appears to be real, but nothing is real. Okay, tomorrow we will take up Atma, Anatma, Viveka using three bodies, 5 koshas, and 3 states of consciousness.